Charlotte and welcome back to my channel. It is time to do a November TBR. How are we in November already? And I want to do things a bit differently this month. So instead of choosing it off, I can't remember which hand it is, these shelves behind me where I have over 300 books. I've selected a few books and put them on this cart here. And see if I can move it a bit more without keeping it in frame, so I've got a bit more space. So there are, I believe, 26 books on this shelf, and I'm going to use a random number generator and count from this book here, which is hiding behind this pole, to see what book I'm going to read. I am going to choose 6 books in total because I also like to have space to mood read as well as having a TBR, even though I'm not very good at sticking to a TBR. So here is what I'm using, and it is just literally a little spinny wheel. Can you see that? I don't know why it doesn't focus. Like, it doesn't like to focus on screen, so we are going to spin. Wonder what we're going to land on. So number 19 is the winner. See, can you see that? Number 19. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that's 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So this is a Kathleen Glasgow book, and that is How to Make Friends with the Dark. I love Kathleen Glasgow's writing, so I'm quite impressed with this. So this one I don't really know much about. I've read Girl in Pieces and her latest release, which is Glass Girl. You'll see my review in my October wrap up, and it says it's always been a trigger and her mother against, it's always been Tiger and her mum against the world. Then one day, like any other, Tiger's mum dies. Now it's Tiger alone, and she must learn how to make friends with the dark. And she says, and then at the top it says, I thought I was done with death, at least a little bit, but death wasn't done with me. And I know her writing can be really heartbreaking. Like, she makes you feel connected and drawn to characters in so many ways. So I'm so glad I've got another Kathleen Glasgow book on my TBR. Even though it's going to take me a few days to read, I really want to read this one. So that is book number 1. Now it's time for spin number 2. So we've still got 26 books. I will need to change it to 25. And spin. See what we get. I'm never in frame, really, am I? We got number 14. So we know there's 13 books on this shelf, but I'm going to count anyway. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And that is The Co-Worker by Freida McFadden. I've only read The Housemaid by Freida McFadden. I have not read any of the books from that series, so maybe this will be a good read. I'm trying to get into reading more thrillers, so maybe this will help. 2 women, an office filled with secrets, one terrible crime that can't be taken back. So we will add The Co-Worker to our TBR. 2 down, 4 to go. And spin. I'm so nervous doing this for some reason. Like, this is completely different. What number we got? What number we got? Can you see? 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And that is Not Here to Be Liked. This is by Michelle Kwok. I think that's how you pronounce the name. Stephanie Garber has put, it will leave a mark on your heart. And I have no clue what this is about, and quite honestly I would rather go into it blind. This book was bought second hand, so there is some markings on the inside, just bits that are underlined, and the writing seems pretty big, and it is, how many pages is it? It is about 410 pages. Oh, 411, 400, 412 pages. So not too long, not too short. And I really want to go into this blind, so I'm not even going to bother looking what it is. And time for the next spin. We have 19. Did we have 19 before? Well, we've got 19 again. So we've got 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Now the books are completely falling. I have tried reading this before and soft DNF'd it, so I've not got much hope for this one. And I'm willing to try it again. The only thing that what put me off before was the really tiny writing. Like, that's tiny. I have to wear glasses to begin with, and I should be wearing them now, but I'm not wearing them anyway. But I will wear them when I read, because this writing is tiny. It's going to give me such a headache if I try read this without my glasses on. I don't really know much about it, apart from she's a Hollywood icon, because it says it on the back. I didn't get too far into it the first time I read it. If I remember rightly, I didn't even make it to chapter 2 because I was just like, not really into this. But I will give it a try, and that is book number 4. I mean, I have got a couple of Christmassy books on here, and I've got a couple of new releases. I have The Striker and How My Neighbour Stole Christmas. Like, they are Christmassy books, well, one Christmassy book, and I've got a few on there as well. But we've had nothing from the top shelf so far. It's all been from this row here. That's like, it's like this spinner enjoys giving higher numbers. So how many books have we got left on the shelf? And I will readjust the spinner. So there is 22 books left on this cart, and we have 2 more books to pick. I'm hoping to God I get a Christmas book. If not, I am reading a Christmas book anyway, because I am the girl who loves Christmas over Halloween. I am Christmas obsessed. It's just my time of year. I absolutely love it, and I'm not ashamed to say that I think of Christmas all year round. And I am the one person that can actually sit and watch Christmas films all year round and still feel the magic in December. So, spin number 5, let's go. $21. So there's 22 books on here, so it's easy. Just grab the one before the end. And that is The Fault in Our Stars. Now, I have watched this film. I have watched a film, and as soon as I watched it, like, I can remember this book coming out when I was in school, and everyone going, "Oh my God, have you read the book? Have you read the book?" I was like, no, I don't read. I don't want to sit and read a book in my free time. I just want to have my headphones in, do my own thing, and chill out. Well, now I'm an adult. I started reading about 2 years ago now, and I really wanted to read this book, but I haven't quite got around to it. So now's the time. And I know what happens in the movie, but now I want to experience it in the book, and I really can't wait for this. Like, I know it is so emotional, and what happens between them is heartbreaking, but I know I have to read this because I just love it when books make you all emotional and actually makes you feel something inside. So it's time to do the last spin, and I'm quite gutted that I've not got a Christmas book, even though I am going to read one of these Christmas books. I'm just gutted there's not one on my TBR. Last spin. $11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I've lost it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, we got The Striker. Now, this is a new release by Anna Huang, and I'm so happy this is on my TBR. You best believe this is the first book that I'm reading, because it's Anna Huang. We've got to read her books right. And Asher Donovan has been mentioned in the Twisted Love series, or the Twisted Games, Twisted series, whatever you want to call it. And oh my God, I cannot wait. Or was it the Twisted series, or was it the... I've got it up there, but I can't see it. the king of series, whatever you want to call it, is mentioned in a few books of hers. And so Asher, I don't know much about it apart from Asher is not supposed to date the person that he wants to date because she's some sort of relative to the person on his rival team or something along them lines. But we all know Asher as this big playboy in some sort of way. Like, he's just him, enjoys the ladies and somewhat. But I'm so glad we have this book on my TBR. I mean, I pre-ordered this the minute I could. As soon as that pre-order notification was like, you can now pre-order this book, I was like, get in my basket, it's coming home to me. And even though I didn't get it on the day it was released because Royal Mail messed up, they sent it to the wrong place, had to get sent back to Sheffield, then had to get sent to Lincolnshire, and I was like, for God's sake. And it took another week until I got my copy of this book. So I'm so glad I got my hands on this. And we have a few different types of books this month. So what we have in this stack, so we have The Striker by Anne Huang. We have The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by, pardon me, Taylor Jenkins Reid. We then have Not Here to Be Liked. Is it Michelle Quark? I think that's how you pronounce that. Don't ask, because I'm rubbish at pronouncing the names. That's not going to change anytime soon. We have The Co-Worker by Frida McFadden. And then we have How to Make Friends with the Dog by Kathleen Glasgow. So that is the end of my November TBR, and I will hopefully see you soon with what I read in October, because let me tell you, October was a good reading month and I enjoyed a hell of a lot of good books, and there were some spicy books in there, so just you wait till that one comes out. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I shall see you soon in the next one. Bye my lovelies.